You motherfucker.
What's happening, everybody? My name is Charles Blades, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. I am joined today by... What's your nickname? Fuck. Switch Daddy. Drew Scheffler. How's it going, buddy? The magnanimous Aaron Weeks. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
She's so cool she doesn't get a nickname. Cheyenne Clark.
I don't think that makes me very cool.
And the person I know whose two greatest assets have been his mental stability and being, like, really smart. David Morgan. How's it going?
That's great. That's my I saw a really good tweet today. It's like my stripper name is what is it? Very, very stable genius.
Very stable genius, yeah.
I like that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
we got a good show for you this week. We're going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff from the Army to Burnout Paradise. But first, I guess we're starting with the Army story. Never mind. My bad. David, you put the story in here. Why don't you?
I like this story. Yeah, this is mine. So, this is kind of a quickie. It's just something silly. I mean, it's not silly. It's kind of, important. But Homeland Security made a game about school shooting. Essentially, it's like a simulation game for teachers and service members and like SWAT first responders and stuff to simulate school shooter scenario. And it looks like something that like The Onion would post because it's like
terrifying.
You literally just have an assault rifle and you go in and try to kill as many students as you can. And then the teacher, like if you're playing as the teacher, you're like line up against the wall and then like you barricade the door. It's like fucking Rainbow Six Siege, but in a school. It's like fucking insane.
Is it a Vive exclusive?
No, I don't know if it's VR enabled. I thought it was interesting though because this is, I mean, you don't see games being used in this kind of. I mean, you have a lot of like virtual reality training, like pilots, I guess, do those cockpit simulations and things.
I went to drivers school after I got a ticket, and they made me do a driving game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of VR driving with like the 4 screens all around you, which are cool. But like this seems like it could be really great, but also you have to think like if this got into the public domain, like a school shooter could just use it to figure out how to like combat all of the little defenses. Like if this got out, and somebody was like, how am I going to get kill count possible? They would just play it until they figured out all the little tricks that the teachers use. So that's they really need to.
It doesn't get approved on Greenlight,
I don't know that makes that much of a difference though to a school shooter because someone who wants to do their research can just like go online and look up like the procedures that teachers follow in those situations.
Yeah, you got to think there's really nothing like doing it in a virtual setting too, though.
Nothing like doing it.
Yeah, that was kind of bad
like
phrasing.
That's
Bad phrasing.
what I've always said.
Well,
I don't know. I'm curious as to when this is gonna get a battle royale mode, really. So like, so I got fucking jokes for days on this.
It has classes and it has like stats and classes. Like it could make like if it wasn't so terrible, it might make a fun game.
That's
so
I'm like watching the video.
weird
like,
and morbid.
They're like choosing characters and stuff.
And they use like actual
edition.
recordings of like dispatch calls and like people screaming and shit. It's fucking horrific to
I don't
listen
understand
to.
why they couldn't hire like a real fucking team. It looks like a fucking Greenlight game. I don't understand.
Yeah, it looks like a like early access open world survival game.
All right, well, yeah.
But so that was. I thought that was interesting.
Extremely weird.
They're playing mouse and keyboard, so at least they got the Twitch kids.
She got the game.
Oh yeah, she did have the gamer mouse, dude. This is something else, man. All right, this next story we have here is another fun story. It's about the World Health Organization trying to list 2 gaming-related health disorders. This comes from IGN. The World Health Organization, or WHO, will be listing 2 gaming disorders.
Who the fuck are you?
called specifically gaming disorder and hazardous gaming. They're trying to add them to the International Compendium of Diseases, which is being updated for the first time since 1992. And basically, they go on to say gaming disorder is like basically they would call it colloquially we would say like addictive gaming kind of thing. And then hazardous gaming is like these like crazy marathon sessions people go on where they like kill each other. Or they don't kill each other, they kill themselves.
Kill each other.
Drew, which one of us would you diagnose with gaming disorder out of us 4, 5?
4 or 5 gaming disorder?
Not me.
Oh man, I don't know.
Honestly, I would diagnose myself.
I would probably say you
if
also.
anyone has hazardous gaming, it's either Aaron or David for playing WoW. Yeah, that's like the biggest fucking thing right there.
Checks out.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Gaming disorder. I probably have it. I don't fucking know.
You know that.
Yeah, I've
David,
diagnosed myself.
You're self-diagnosed gaming disorder. And
Like I don't like put it above everything else to the point where like I forget to like feed the cat and like kill animals.
I don't think any of us have either of these.
But it's I don't know. It's weird. Is it because? Do you think that it separates itself from other forms of entertainment because games are so immersive and like you can really get lost in them, and like a movie or show maybe where you can kind of take breaks and there's like segments where you're kind of in a lull. Like there's no like TV watching disorder or like book reading disorder, couch potato. That's not like a diagnosable. Why? So why do you think it's games? Where do you draw all the line between?
I don't know, man.
Indulgence
I
and disorder.
definitely think games have an addicting aspect to them, especially like, you know, now where there's like actual gambling basically in games, like that can become really addicting. And like
Oops. Let me just top that
not
off.
just like spending like a lot of your time playing games, but also like spending all of your money.
You're making a great point, Cheyenne. You're talking great. I love everything.
You're talking great.
Do you have a fidget spinner, David?
Jesus
He
fucking
got it
I
for
did.
Christmas from his
I got it
niece.
from my
Well,
niece.
actually, I got it for Christmas from his niece.
Gave it to me. She's like 6.
No, she gave it to me, and I was like,
And then
"Fuck
he
this."
brought up the fidget spinner. I was like, what the
I had to save face, dude.
I'm
Bring
sorry,
it
Cheyenne,
back.
but yeah,
Go
it's
for it.
Anyway.
addictive in other ways than like 'cause
Yeah, and-
there's no loot boxes when you're watching The Good Place on NBC.
Yeah,
Thursday
And
night.
like you can be spending a lot of money on games if you become addicted to them. Like not
Ooh.
only on like cosmetics and things like that, but just buying lots of games.
Yep.
Like I can see how it's like a big addiction.
Aaron, how do you feel about gaming disorder? Are you not all gamers? Is that your stance, Aaron?
Not all gamers. I feel like I understand why it's easier to make gaming a thing as far as an actual disorder than like books or movies, just because they're more like tactile and rewarding, or like immediately rewarding than like a book or a movie. Because like when you're playing through like an action game or something, you get all these crazy numbers popping up on the screen that are like, "You're doing a great job, keep it up." Or there's like the more you progress, the more you unlock, the more you see, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't. People that get all like in a tizzy about this are kind of dumb. I think like they're like, oh, it's the mainstream not understanding games. It's like, all right, calm down. Like there are some like you can't at one be like hardcore into games and then also like not understand that there is like maybe a hazardous side that comes along with that if you play games too much, or if you're doing like these marathon sessions where like Twitch streamers have died and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah.
My question is, when can I collect disability on this?
I don't know how it works, man. Well, in Trump's America, I don't think. This next story we have here is about a rumor that's basically confirmed, I would say. And it's about Burnout Paradise HD Remaster coming out. Basically, a site in Japan leaked a bunch of stuff, and it seems to indicate that a Burnout Paradise Remaster is coming out on March 16th. One would expect this to come out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, maybe Switch. I don't know how hard they'll get into it. How excited are you for this, Drew? I know you're really hyped for this.
Yeah, that's one of the best racing games I've ever played.
All right.
Period. Like hell, fucking yeah.
I told you that shit yesterday. I said, like, I want all of us to get it.
That's what I'm saying.
All of us to fucking play it.
No excuses.
And we're gonna. If we play it on PlayStation, we're gonna platinum this game.
Tear shit up.
Tear
it is
shit
gonna
up.
be
It's
so
good.
fucking fun.
And I hope it's not just like a kind of like a just like maybe we raise the resolution a little bit. I want it to be like a full fucking remaster that they've just been secretly working on.
So it sounds like it's gonna be a little more than just an HD remake, because they've already done that with the Steam release, I think.
But honestly,
they had an
it
HD.
still looks good. I played it like a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It still looks good. It's never looked.
Judah, we played it with Aaron on PC like a couple of years ago, right? I had it originally for Xbox.
What is the online component like? Are you all in the shared world, or
It's like, yeah, there's like the world is like a lobby, and the people just pop in and pop out, and you can be like, okay, meet me by the airfield, and let's go do some sweet jumps, or let's go do a race here. It's very fluid. It's like probably the best online racing experience I've had. It's so fucking like we all have to get it. Like it would be so fun if we all had the game and we all picked like I like the muscle cars, and like there's like a speed, class, and then there's like a well-rounded class, and
stud class.
it's just so fun. It's so fun.
Cool.
And the music's
I'm on
great.
board. Aaron, are you excited for it at all, Cheyenne?
I'm not into like racing car games really at all.
Me either.
If it's like cheap, I'll pick it up maybe, or if it goes on sale. But like I'm not gonna rush to pick it up day one.
Yeah, I'm the
What
same- I'm the
if
same
I said to you, this is unlike any racing game you've ever played?
Aaron, you've played it, right? We played it together.
Yeah, wasn't it like free or something? Or didn't you buy it for me or some
It was
shit like that?
$3, or it was like super
Yeah.
cheap.
I got it for like next to nothing if I paid anything at all. Is the only reason I played it.
So good.
I'm the same boat as you, Aaron. I'm not like.
I'll buy it for you, buddy.
All right.
If so,
I'm
Come on, Drew, I'm glad I got
I'm
a
not
co-over
watching
here.
Top Gear every day. I don't need to be playing these fucking
Yes.
racing games. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's when you
It's
play
not even like
Yeah.
Horizon 3. Like for all the Forza games, like Horizon, people are like, oh, it's like our. You don't have to be like a gearhead, but even that game has like name brand cars and like tuning and all that bullshit.
This doesn't-
Burnout is literally just pick a car. There's fucking boost. There's like insane drifting and
Fucking
ramps, and you
boost.
crash each other.
That's what it does.
And
I
it's
will say
like-
that like it's the most fun I've ever had with a racing game, but still didn't really grab me.
It's not at all like an intensive like, oh, what's your transmission tune like? Like it's
many tires
nothing
do you
like
have?
that, and you're just trying to ram each other off the road. It's so fun. I love it.
All right, I'll look into it. I'm not like super hyped for it.
There's a
Until,
van.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can drive it.
When David gets it, I'll get to play
yeah,
it, so
I
that's
might try
fine.
it or something.
I wouldn't pay for it myself.
I'm unironically playing with this fidget spinner now. This is
Stop.
It's great, right? They're great.
they're kind of cool.
This next story is about IGN and them having some more fallout from the whole Harvey Weinstein Me Too movement kind of stuff. Apparently, their editor-in-chief, Steve Butts, was fired after some workplace misconduct stuff was going on. Apparently, this all happened. We talked about this. When did we talk about this? I feel like it was in like November or October
Yeah,
or
it
something
was.
like that.
It was a few
when
months
all this
ago.
when all this stuff was like a lot, I don't want to say bigger, but like a lot more, like every single day something was happening.
Alien.
Where somebody an employee who had already left was accused of sexual assault, not a whatever, misconduct, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And then this guy apparently was let go. A lot of people were talking about how he didn't handle that. He was the editor-in-chief of IGN at the time, and he I guess didn't handle the whole situation properly. But yeah, I don't know. Like he's gone now. His name's Steve Butts, and they call
Why
him
is-
Mr. Butts. and
Why do
everything.
they always have names like that?
But
I don't know, man. Yeah.
he just can't help it. It's in his blood. Just needs butts.
Butts in his
I don't
blood,
know.
dude.
Is that a good joke?
Glad he's finally gone, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I
it
don't
seemed
know.
like he was. It said that he just stopped going to work after a while. Like,
Yeah, I guess in December. It says in this article. I could have just read the article, but I didn't want to. It's kind of long. But I mean, it's not long. You know what I'm saying. He stopped coming throughout November and December, like after he was kind of called out by some staff after the whole first thing was happening. They apparently described it as the elephant in the room with the whole IGN staff. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody talk.
I'm looking at Peter. He's so cute.
Pete, what do you think about Steve
Yeah, no.
Butts?
so this wasn't the guy who was like responsible for the sexual misconduct. He was like the boss
He was the boss, I
who
guess,
just
who, like,
handled it
mishandled
really,
it.
really
Oh.
poorly.
That's-
This article said he had misconduct.
Maybe he had.
Yeah.
I don't. Really
Maybe he did too. Honestly,
Someone accused.
I feel like that's something we should clarify. Like, it's not something to just be like, oh yeah, I might have done it, maybe not.
I mean, I'm just
it's a
saying.
you did
that
or you
I-
didn't.
There's no way to make yourself look guilty as you're accused of harassment, and then you just stop coming
going
into
to
work.
work.
You're just like, oh fuck.
Well, I mean, I think it has more to do with the fact that the entire upper echelon of IGN handled it terribly. Like PR weren't taking it seriously,
Yeah.
and then he obviously wasn't taking.
he was also accused by
Yeah, he
someone
was, my
else. So
I always
yeah,
thought. I mean, I didn't really think that much about it.
both. He both mishandled other people's accusations, and he was accused himself.
Yeah,
So
It's good for him
Probably
to step down and kind of let someone more kind of probably that would take that stuff more seriously step in. So
Yeah.
that's a step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, he hasn't tweeted since then and stuff like that. That's a big telltale sign when you know somebody like when this stuff's happening.
they
Is
don't
when
tweet.
they just fucking disappear off the map. That's like
Yeah,
you just gotta
it's
be
not a
like,
good
oh,
sign.
something's happening right now.
Somebody else did
Trying
that
to say
recently.
they're, gay to deflect.
Or they say they get the flag.
Oh my god.
That's also a
I just
telltale
can't help it.
Hey,
telltale
buddy,
sign.
can you not?
Yeah, interesting stuff.
All these
This is the cat episode.
It is the cat episode. He loves my lap.
Cat
Sitting here.
episode.
Cat episode.
This last story we have here is about the top-selling PSN games for 2017. I'm just going to go read off the list. Number 10 was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Number 9, Madden NFL 18. Number 8, Minecraft. Number 7, Rocket League. Number 6, NBA 2K18. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 4, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 3, Friday the 13th, the game. Number 2, Destiny 2. Number 1, Call of Duty World War 2. You said interesting, Cheyenne. I'm assuming you're talking about
Friday the
Friday.
13th at number 3. I didn't know so many
Game's
people
got a fan base, I guess.
even got that game. So
It's never. I would have totally bought it if it was
Yeah,
like
I would've
$20.
too.
It
That
never
game
got
has
there.
Greg Miller, who is like the world's greatest shill for that game. Like,
It really is.
he even made me think it might be fun, and I fucking thought it
It
was the
looks
dumbest
like
game.
cool, but like I don't want to like appear like the streams and stuff I've watched for it recently. Like they fixed a lot of the like bugs and stuff like that that were originally like going on with it, and it seemed like a cool like asynchronous or not asynchronous, asymmetrical multiplayer game. I don't know,
Multiplayer,
like
yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
just
what-
there was like too many of them at once, and it was hard to. It was hard to tell which ones were worth
It
playing.
really, what it reminds me of, really, is like fucking like Ark of Survival Evolved or something like that.
Oh no, that game's terrible.
When not like, but like no, like I read Kotaku, IGN, GameSpot, all the big gaming sites like every day. I go on Polygon, and no one is talking about Friday the 13th.
right.
But it's fucking huge. It's
That's
it's
why
like
it's so
Ark Survivor
surprising,
Evolved
I
or
guess,
something
for me.
like that. Like where these games have a following.
I see.
There are people Twitch streaming these games that have fans
Yeah.
and stuff. It's
I
weird.
guess that's true.
Black Sheep.
It's just not
Ghost
something
Recon.
that I am like a part of the community for. So I was
Division's
so
the
surprised it was
same
number
way.
3.
Especially now
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they
the
got that
Division?
update.
Yeah.
People love that game now.
That's true.
Ghost Recon's gonna be the same way.
Yeah, Ghost Recon is another one you don't hear that much about. Same thing with I didn't know it's not on this list, but fucking Christ. The other Ubisoft game, For Honor.
Ubisoft are so good at releasing a bad game and then
Making it
fixing
good.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, how do they do it? They did it with Siege, The Division. I guess For Honor they kind of fucked up, but and then you got
Yeah.
Wildlands.
There's still a decent amount of people that played For Honor. Yeah, but Siege was so bad. I bought it when it first came out. It was like terrible, and
They are like
changes
the
they made.
Dark Horse publisher. It is insane. Like
The devil.
I've never. That's so backwards to how you would expect.
In the EU charts, the only notable like FIFA's on there, obviously, is a bigger deal in the UK.
Crash
But
Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot made it number 5.
Cool.
Whoa.
Which is the big thing for them. But yeah, those are the biggest
Cool.
selling games. Any surprises
This
that?
happened.
Any other surprises anybody got on there? Anybody else shocked by anything?
No.
No. All right, cool. Moving on. We got some quick hits for you. Civilization 6 is getting an expansion. Paladins is getting a Battlegrounds mode. I know we're all excited to play that, right?
Ugh. No, but I'm really excited.
Let's
for
first copy Overwatch, and when that doesn't go over well, let's copy battle royales.
And then-
High Res is pretty good about
Remind me again what the name of that mode is. What is the name of that game?
It's literally called
Battlegrounds.
Paladins Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
PBG.
Fuck them for ruining Tribes. I will never forgive them. Fuck High Res.
You like
Tribes
it.
Ascend was
I
so
don't know,
good.
That game was never that good.
It was so good. You wouldn't understand. You didn't even play it when it was in like a beta. That was when it was awesome.
Yeah, sure. Rocket League hits 40 million players. This is another story. PUBG's talked about how they're gonna Bluehole or PUBG Corp or whatever they're called now. Talked about how they want to hit every platform, but they can't because PSN doesn't let early access games on there. But it totally does. It's real dumb.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
They said something along the lines of like PSN has some harsh rules, and meanwhile Life of Black Tiger is fucking
Yeah.
shooting up the
And
charts.
literally every time I open Fortnite, it has big yellow like
It's
early
so-
access.
It's like just say that you have an exclusive deal with Microsoft. It's not
Yeah,
like-
this is
like-
Microsoft saying, "Hey, lie, please cover our
It's
ass."
just so fucking dumb.
Hold out hope for Nintendo Switch though.
That'd be interesting.
Be
Then it
awful.
would make sense
It-
when the game lags
in
and
no
runs
way,
and
shape, or
runs.
form will run, but yeah, interesting.
Not at all.
Naughty Dog senior director Sean Eskag or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. Left Naughty Dog to go work at Crystal Dynamics, probably on the Avengers games, one would assume. And Cheyenne, you have 1 minute starting now. Mercy's getting nerfed again.
Just why the fuck did they change any of her shit? Like, just go back to regular Mercy. You've completely fucked her up. I don't even play Overwatch at this point. I'm just so tired of it's completely different now.
That's what I said was gonna happen. I said that when
She's
they
a
keep
fucking
changing the
mess.
meta, people exactly what's happening. Especially the
Change
esports
it back
players.
to normal. Give me my huge res. It's fine. Everything was fine.
Like pro players are like, oh, I spent 3 weeks learning this character and all of its tricks, and then oh, the meta's different, and then they suck now, and I have to relearn it. It's just like you get tired of that.
Yeah,
It's exhausting. So
I think they should nickname her Murphy.
why?
Murph and Nurse.
Nursey.
Murph and
I
Nurse.
get-
What about Nerfy?
Nerfy.
No, her name is Murphy. It's
Mercy.
Mercy and Nerf. And then the E.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, I
Okay.
see.
Shushy pissy. The topic of the show we're gonna be talking about next week. Everybody in the world that is like a good source on rumors and stuff like that is talking about how there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct next week. It is gonna happen. A lot of people have been saying that it's gonna be a big Nintendo Direct, like
On the 11th.
on the 11th. Yes. So I wanted to talk about. So it hasn't been announced. So this could be like a fucking bum topic right now. But what do we think is gonna happen with the Nintendo Direct? I guess I'll start. Who wants to go first?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. What do we think?
There's
Do we
not.
all think Animal Crossing is gonna be there?
Probably
No.
not.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's just what I want. Just
Not so close to
fucking give it
Pocket
me.
Camp.
I'll tell you what's gonna be there, CJ, since I have an in with Nintendo.
Yeah, you rang up Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto yourself and said, "Hey,"
Reggie.
and Reggie Fils-Aimé,
Mhm.
and you said,
Close to both of them.
"Yeah," and you said who? Who's gonna be there?
There will be more on Metroid Prime 4. There will
Are we
be-
gonna get a game? Are we gonna get anything? Not besides the logo.
We will get gameplay
There's
of 4.
gameplay and a release date that they're not gonna hit this year. I
That-
swear, like they did so well year one that they're trying to match it for year two.
Yeah, they have
And
to
besides
push it.
Yoshi and Kirby, which we'll see more on them, I bet. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're supposed to be out this year.
Mhm.
They gotta have at least. I mean, Bayonetta 3 is like not quite as big, but that's still a pretty big game for them.
Mhm.
They have to have at least probably like 2 more to match Mario Odyssey and Legend of Zelda. Like, cause
There was like a
Kirby
tweet, I
and
think,
like that.
from like Wario64 or whatever, where it was like something in Europe where they said look forward to these games in 2018, and
That was
Metroid Prime 4
a-
was one of them.
That was a translation. They said it was a Nintendo rep in Norway that said that. But
Oh,
it ended
Norway.
up being a distributor who wouldn't know that to begin with. And
So
also,
you're
I
just
think
talking
that-
out his ass, basically.
I think the translation was just a little. I had that in here originally in the docket, and then it came out that it was probably bogus. So.
Gotcha. And then there was
I
like
wish.
the placeholder things on Amazon, but I think they've taken those
Placeholder
down
things,
since
They've
then.
taken them down, but like that's a red herring. That like, so
Yeah, there was like
on
20 something.
Amazon, there's like 13, I think, like placeholder,
Okay.
like Nintendo Switch Game 1, Nintendo Switch Game 2.
And there
Uh,
was collector's
weird.
editions for them.
Collectors, yeah. So some of them were $60, some of them were like $90 or something. like that.
Which kind
Nice.
of makes you think that
That's
got
gotta
to
be a bigger title.
A bigger title.
If it's gonna have
Yeah.
a collector's edition, yeah.
Well, then there was that leaked thing for the possible firmware 5.0.
Yeah, that's the other thing I want to talk
Yeah.
about. So, Aaron, what do you
Sure.
think they're gonna do in terms of? Are we gonna get like cloud saves or anything like that? Or are they gonna talk about that in here? Are we finally gonna understand what's going on with the online service?
Hopefully more about the online service, hopefully more streaming services, and then hopefully, honestly, a rework of like just the base dashboard so that it's like more customizable, maybe more themes.
Folders.
Just
Yeah,
yeah,
folders.
make it more like user friendly instead of just a fucking like bar of shit across your screen. Folders, I think, would be the biggest step towards that, especially if they do release more apps like streaming apps and stuff, because you want to be able to like differentiate those from your games
Yeah.
instead of just having a gigantic list of everything that's installed on your Switch.
Yeah, you don't want to have to slide down all past all your Switch games to get to Hulu to watch The Good Place. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you only got to
Right.
down 8, and then you get like 8 or 9, and then you get.
Oh, and then you get the big like
Yeah,
fucking
big
grid thing.
Honestly, I'd be okay if it was just the big grid thing the whole time.
Yeah. David, how do you feel? Are we gonna see Pokemon?
We are going to see Virtual Console.
Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
I'd shit myself if they'd say something about Virtual Console this
Virtual
year.
Console and Smash. Those are my predictions.
They have to do something with Smash at this
Smash?
point.
Like a new Smash or Smash for
Like a new Smash
Smash 5?
with 50% less Fire Emblem characters
Yeah.
No.
and
Yeah.
Travis touchdown confirmed.
Oof.
He will be in the next Smash. It is. It has
Do you think
to
they'll
happen.
talk about the No More Heroes game?
That could
Oh,
happen.
that would be. Oh, that would be fucking sick. I forgot about
The
that.
two things
Yeah.
I'm most excited for. I think there will be a Pokemon announcement. Like I think it will be announced that it's coming out in fall.
Why do they
100%
keep doing
believe that.
this?
You mean we're for sure getting it in 2018?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that will happen.
I was gonna say we already know there's a Pokemon game coming
Yeah,
out.
but I think it's gonna come out like they're gonna be like it's fucking Red and Blue 2, or it won't be that probably, but like
Yeah.
they'll announce like whatever the like color scheme is.
I thought it was supposed to be like a new RPG. Like, didn't they say they were making it was like a full blown Pokemon RPG?
Yeah, and I think something's gonna happen where a Pokemon game is coming out in the fall. I'm sure of that. I will.
Well, the full-fledged, the console Pokemon RPGs, they aren't called colors, though, CJ. So,
All right.
like,
Well,
whatever, so.
well, the
Gale
console one.
Darkness.
You're right about that. But this is now like replacing the handheld one, so I think we'll get a handheld style one, but maybe better graphics or something like
You
that.
ever played Pokemon XD Gale Darkness?
I have not.
Ever played Pokemon?
I played Pokemon Snap. Is that an RPG?
Considered.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, that game's great though.
I think that'll
Pokemon
happen,
Snap too.
and I think
I'd be about it.
there will be no virtual console, and everybody will be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then
I don't get my hopes up for things like that anymore. I just get my hopes up for things that we know are coming, but we just don't know when.
That my buddy?
You know,
Also, wouldn't be surprised if
Cute.
Bayonetta 3 is coming out this year.
I think it will.
Hey, little
I
dude.
think that would be reasonable to expect, especially
Nintendo's very good. You were saying it'll get delayed, Metro Prime 4.
Yeah, I think they'll try and put it out this year, but I don't think it'll.
Nintendo's been like more than anyone else is like really good about hitting dates and like not doing the whole like fucking 4-year like tail for a game announcement.
Pushing everything back and back.
Yeah, they're very good at that kind of stuff. Also excited to see what's going on with Project Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, that demo.
I want to know what's going on with that game. Yeah, but we'll know more next week. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of announcements if this thing even happens. That's so funny. You don't even know it's gonna happen, like for sure.
I don't understand why they gotta be so secretive about it. Like,
Yeah.
just, like tell us 2 weeks ahead of time. Just be like,
This is
here's,
happening.
Here's the direct.
I would have to assume they're planning some like at least a few like big fucking like mind blowing announcements, just because like Drew was saying they have to keep up their momentum from 2017, maybe even like exceed it. Would be because they just released some like absurd goal. They want to sell like what was it, like 10 million units or something this year. So like I'm willing to bet that they're trying to do something fucking crazy at this next direct.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Usually we hear about the directs a few days before. Well, we can hear about them a few days before, but then also like they usually tell you what's going to be in the direct.
Yeah,
like it's this kind of direct, so it'll be interesting to see what that is. But we can move on to what we've been playing for the week. Aaron, I know you finished Near a Tomato. How's that been going?
I did. It's actually like incredible. Like easily in my top 10, close to my top 5 like favorite games of all time. Like I fucking love that game. I just finished all of the like core endings, like A through E or whatever. Super good. I kind of wish there was more. I think my favorite part about it is that it felt like I finished the first main ending and that felt like a full game on its own. And then you play the second time through as like 9S or whatever for the second ending. That feels like its own game. I mean, it's starting to get a little repetitive at that point. And then when you're done with that, it still felt like a solid ending to the game. There's even more. It's like having fucking your base game release with like the season pass all packed into one fucking game. It's like it felt like there was so much content in that game. Like there was always something to be doing. The side quests were all interesting. Like most of them had some kind of interesting piece of narrative or something to reveal about the story of the world, something like that. There was always something interesting going on. I was never bored.
That's cool. So how? All right. So having played it, I don't know.
You regret giving us not putting it in the Game of the Year episode.
Yeah, it would have. It would have been higher than Persona for sure on my list.
Damn.
See, I did get bored during the second playthrough. I was like,
The second playthrough was the worst one in my opinion, but I still loved it.
The third one's my favorite.
It was good. It was a good game in my opinion.
Good game.
Which
The
is better,
first
the first, second, third, fourth, fifth place is Near. For you three.
The
See, I
last
wouldn't
one
even
is
consider them
nice.
playthroughs. Like it didn't even feel like I was the only one that felt like a straight up just like hard restart of the game was 9S, and that one was, in my opinion, the worst one. But it was still good.
Yeah.
The rest of them just felt like I was still playing the same game, just getting more story.
Did you do the thing at the very end? The big
Yeah,
thing that the game
Where
asks you to
delete
do.
your
I
save.
don't think you did.
I have.
your save.
I didn't delete my save, but I did do that.
Pussy.
Pussy.
Why? No, I want to get the other endings. Like, what the
I
fuck?
deleted my save
No.
because I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play this again.
I
Yeah, no.
deleted-
See, I don't want to play another 40 hours to get back to where I already was.
I got the platinum. I'm good.
Yeah.
Did you figure out how to buy those trophies yet, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, it tells you like when you beat the game.
Are you gonna buy them and get the platinum?
I'm gonna buy the ones I don't feel like getting. Yeah,
All right, fair enough.
which is like the like stupid collecting ones, like upgrade all your weapons.
Catch all the fish.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for sure.
Cheyenne, you've been playing another extension of a game from last year, Horizon Zero Dawn. You finished the Frozen Wilds DLC.
Yeah,
How
I've
was that?
finished everything. I got the platinum. I almost have every single trophy for the DLC and New Game Plus and all
You
of
gotta go
that.
find
like-
some more of them fucking ceramic
fun.
bowls out there.
Yeah, no, I got all of those. I got all the figures and all of that shit. I just have to finish the game on New Game Plus, which probably won't happen, let's be
fuck
honest.
that
But,
noise.
but yeah, it was really good. The DLC just kind of felt like an extension of the game. It didn't feel like, sometimes DLC just feels like a kind of separate thing that they tack on, but it just felt completely seamless, like I was just getting more quests from the game. I really liked the story in it, and the characters were really good. I fucking love that game. It's just great. Oh, I like the new monsters, the new machines were cool.
I plan on beating that. Hopefully this
Oh
weekend.
yeah, you should.
There's a lot. I have
Do
so
it.
many things I want to play though, and they're all like
Also-
open-ended.
Yeah, I think I'm
Also been
doing
playing
Deus Ex
Fortnite.
next.
Sex? What else you been
Oh,
playing?
yeah, that's free.
Cheyenne?
Fortnite. Played
Fortnite!
some
Cuck
great-
Squad! Rise up!
Cock Squad.
Dude, we're fucking. Dude,
No.
Fortnite is fucking awesome. I
It's
should have put
fun.
it higher.
I'm coming around on it.
It's fucking so good.
I put it in there, man.
It's
I played
so-
I played
was
solo
there.
before the podcast, and I ended 6th out of 95 people.
Yeah,
So-
nice.
Felt pretty good.
Maybe
no,
if I
it-
buy
it's
the
just-
Play the
cosmetics.
solo. Like if we're not on, play the solo, and then you come in, and then you'll lead us with kills.
You can-
Get good.
That's right. I did have 2 kills that round, so it's feeling pretty
We were
good.
playing, we got a turkey sandwich last night at like 1:30 before Cheyenne made
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah.
We played a few games. We were having fun. Missed
Good
you.
time.
Drew slept through it all. I slept too.
I
Don't
mean,
feel bad.
I had to work at 1.
It was
I
late,
understand.
yeah.
I understand. Yeah, that game's so much fun. The Shushy Pissy is awesome.
What are you
And-
fucking
and
saying?
Now you're on it though.
I'm
because-
Yeah,
saying-
everybody's saying
you
shushy
hated-
pissy.
You hated the
It sounds like you're saying pussy, and it's like weird as fuck.
No.
Shushy Pussy.
the silence
No, we're
pistol.
not calling
There's
it
a
that.
silenced pistol.
Yeah.
And like before, we were calling the silenced like
SMG.
SMG a Shushy, but we need to come up with a name for the shush or silenced pistol, so we called it the Shushy Pissy, man.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I came
Makes
up with
sense.
that. I came up with that, and
It's
CJ's like,
awful.
"No, that's terrible." And then he said it like
I'm
once, and then
insane.
he,
Yeah.
he hasn't
Can't
stopped.
It's ridiculous.
It's but game's really fun. They're that's the reason I like it more than PUBG. I think is because not only is it like a game that I can actually play, but also it's a game that like is like PUBG is like they added a new map, which is awesome. They added vaulting, which is cool.
Awesome.
But like
Yeah.
they're not adding like interesting guns to the game, or they're not adding because Fortnite is more
Yeah.
like they can do experimental things where I don't want the boogie bomb is fucking broken as fuck,
It is.
but like that's something like PUBG's not adding the fucking grenade that's gonna make your opponents dance. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
not,
or the
That's
fucking
true.
grenade launcher that goes.
yeah, like they're not
Yeah, the
adding that
fucking
one.
snowball shit.
They're not adding like they can't do all that stuff, and like I don't know.
Yeah,
That's-
it's fun. I like that it's also like shorter games usually too, and it's
yeah,
just
the games are way
it's
shorter.
a little bit less stressful, I think.
It reminds me of TF2 in the way it plays. It's like competitive, but still kind of goofy and fun. Like I
Yeah,
don't feel stressed
exactly.
out when I'm playing it.
Right.
Until you get into that final two, you know what I'm saying? The circle's closing in, it's closing in. You feel real stressed. I'm excited for more. I like the battleground battle royale genre so much. I want more. Because you guys were all shit talking paladins.
Gonna get
and stuff like
more.
that. I'm not playing paladins, alright? That has nothing to do with the fact that it's a battle royale game. That just has the fact to do with talent.
No, I'll tell you why. Because there's the ultimate battleground. Battle royale game's already out. It's Fortnite.
It's real fun. I'm interested to see how that progresses this year. I'm sure it'll be a hot story. Drew, what have you been playing? Yeah,
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
I've been playing ukulele here and there.
Oh yeah, how's that going? You like it? You hate it as much as everybody else?
No, I think that
It's
I think
fine.
it's selling decently well on Switch, as do most games though, because it's on the Switch, right?
Yeah. That seems like a game that should go.
All the people's complaints. I read a couple complaints like when it first came out. They're like, "Oh, there's no, it's the speech bubbles and blah blah blah." Like they're literally just trying to make, how Banjo-Kazooie and all that shit
Yeah.
was. So, that doesn't bother me. I'm confused as fuck as to what I'm supposed to do, like in this world. But
The voices are
whatever.
very creepy to me. And everybody's just like, nah, nah, nah. It's
Yeah,
like real
it's-
weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Doesn't sound good.
the snake and every time you talk to him, he pulls out his telephone. He's
Yeah,
fucking
the
rude.
snake. Yeah, it's I don't know. But yeah, report back on us how you like that. I played it's a puzzle game, not Goragoa. It's this really like, this is really cool puzzle game it's on everything basically.
Is it on Steam?
It's on Switch.
Yeah, it's on Steam, Switch, and it's not on Xbox and PS4, so I guess it's not on everything. And Steam, Switch, I played it on iOS, where I think it's the best.
Yeah.
Play on iPad.
No, I played on my phone. I got a new iPhone 10. It's real big, got a nice big screen. You know what I'm saying? Cook Squad. But fucking, it's a really interesting puzzle game in the way it works. There's a shoddy narrative, I would say, that goes along with it. It's not like bad. It's just like it's very like.
So explain like a puzzle, like what's the standard puzzle?
All right, so there's basically it's like a 4-square board, like kind of thing, and like there'll be a puzzle.
Math squares?
Huh? Yeah. Like
remember math squares?
A Punnett square? Is that what you're talking about?
No, like the workbook, like there's 4 squares of different math problems.
Oh, lattice?
No.
No, it's like
what?
He's not gonna get it, but I know.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Well, so there's 4 squares, and we know what 4 squares look like. They're
Yeah.
Like the game.
Like the game 4-square, where you throw a cherry bomb down and they have to go running.
Or like the app.
Yeah, like the app.
Okay.
Like so it looks like Stitcher. And basically there's in 1 square there'll be a door, and then you can pick that up, and the door frame, everything but the door will move. So like the frame and all that, you pick that up, put it in a different square, and then that reveals a scene in the previous square, which then you can like zoom in on, which will create like something else. You can pick that up, and you have to mix and match these like kind of things, and like it's a little convoluted at times to where you don't know what you're gonna do, but like it's like simple enough to where you should be able to figure all of it out, I would say. Like I never looked up a guide or anything for it. Like I felt like
watching it show, this game looks beautiful.
It's really pretty. I played on iOS, like which is not like the most like technically proficient machine.
I think it looked good on there though.
It's really good. Annapurna Interactive are the people that publish it. They've been publishing a bunch of awesome games. They published Edith Finch last year. They're publishing what's that game called? It's like action.
The same.
I thought they were doing that one game too with the like cyberpunk pixel art lighting.
It's not The Last Night. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. It's the one that was like before that. The Xbox
guitar and
the guitar one, like the yeah.
Oh yeah, this Ashen game looks fucking cool. Yeah, it was like Dark Souls.
Cool.
Okay, so they are related to the Annapurna.
Yeah, they're the same company. There's one of the Interactive,
film. Okay.
I think, does games, and the other one does.
Yeah, and Pictures does film. Awesome.
But
like
yeah, the game's really cool. It's like $3 or $5 on iPhone.
Doing donut challenge.
Pretty sure it's $4.99.
Yeah,
Switch.
yeah. It's you can get it on Switch too. So like if you don't want to do it, but I think it honestly like works really well on iPhone. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. David, what about you? You finish this off.
Okay, I'm only gonna talk about one of these games because I've talked about the other ones. So I've been playing this game called Battle Right. And at surface level, it sounds like the most generic piece of shit ever. I actually looked it up because I was looking through some reviews on Metacritic or whatever. I saw it on there and had really good reviews on PC. And I was like, oh, what is this? I haven't heard of this. Looked at it, saw that it was like kind of MOBA gameplay. And I was like, fuck this. And I backed out. I was like, all right, hang on. There's got to be something else or else they wouldn't have good reviews. So I looked at it again. And what it essentially is in a MOBA, the game takes anywhere from 20 to 50 minutes, and it's long, and you have to level your character and get gear. There's lanes, and it can get pretty complicated. In Battle Right, what it is essentially a arena with some walls. It's very small. There's 2v2 and 3v3, and it's just combat, and that's it. You pick a loadout of like what skills you want to upgrade and how on like a card that you build before the battle, and you just pick it at the start, whatever loadout you want, and you're in. And there's ultimates and there's energy abilities. It's really simple. It has really good visual clarity on like what's going to hit where and how all of the heroes work. It's very intuitive, and it's super balanced too. There's no like, hey, who are you going to pick? I'm going to pick this person to accompany you. It's pick your hero and you're in like on your own, and you can't see what everyone else is picking, and it still works because of how skill-based it is. Like one of any hero can outskill any other hero, and there's no inherent advantage to one or the other. Now there is like support and melee and ranged, but they all have kits that allow them to be like self-sufficient enough to stand on their own. And it's like I've been playing it a lot. It's super fun. I dropped a little money on it. It's free to play. It came out in November. It was in early access for a long time. It has a really thriving player base right now. I think it has about 10,000 concurrent players, usually anywhere around there. Yeah, it's just super fun, and I never thought I would like a game like this. Like, I hate MOBAs, like with a passion, because I suck at them. But this game is so straightforward that, you know, you can carry your team if you're good enough, and that's, you know, it's great. So I would recommend it to anybody who likes that kind of combat, that kind of game flow. Yeah, but that's Battle Right. A lot of fun.
Any new happenings of WoW, Aaron and David?
I haven't been on in a couple weeks. Really, the biggest thing is getting ready for like the pre-patch for the next expansion.
The classes have unlock requirements, Aaron.
I know. You just have to do a quest line.
Well, no, for like the Void Elves, you have to get exalted with Army of the Light. Or sorry, Argusian Reach. Like,
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Did they just now announce that or something?
I think it's in like the pre-patch beta notes right now. They might change it, but
so like now, some data mining shit. They found that there's like rep required. That's fucking
like,
bullshit, and I just won't do it if that's the case.
So it's actually not. You should do have you done the Argus campaign?
Yeah, but I hate rep grinding. Like, you never get enough rep to be exalted or whatever you need to be to unlock things just by doing quest lines. You always have to do some grindy bullshit. Yeah, but I'll never do.
I've been getting a lot of gear from them. Like the whole Argus like endgame kind of loop gives you a lot of really good gear. So I'm already to revered with both of those factions just by playing those.
I did literally enough to finish the quest line where you'd see that thing with Illyria at the end. And then I stopped.
Did you turn in your Veiled Argonite for gear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been raiding with my guild. We got stuck on like the third to last boss in Antares last night. Our DPS just isn't there, but they're really nice, which is not something I'm used to, so they won't call people out. Suck. Yeah, I was like I've been playing for 3 weeks since my hiatus. I'm top heals in the guild. I'm 931, and I just joined this guild like a month ago.
You're tied with one.
And I'm tied with like the shaman, but we're by far like carrying heals. And so I'm like, hey man, like I messaged an officer who I'm cool with, and I'm like, we need to kind of trim the fat. And he's like, I know, we don't call people out here. We're trying to be really friendly. And I'm like, I really respect that, but also...
See, that's how it started when me and you were raiding, and that's why I ended up quitting, because it started out as like, let's be friendly and just have fun, and then people started being fucking elitist, like, you gotta be this good or you gotta get out.
I wasn't trying to be elitist, but like literally we could not kill the bot. Like we were hitting the rage timer. And because half our DPS was pulling like what is considered like...
See, that's when you form another group of people that like really want to get the shit done and recruit people that are good enough to do it, instead of just being cunts to the people that aren't good enough to do it.
Well, the thing is, now I've got a lockout.
I'm not calling you out. I'm saying like that's what happens in WoW culture. I'm not
trying to like push heroic though. This is just normal answer. This isn't anything like that is unreasonable to expect from a normal casual player, in my opinion.
It is kind of crazy that you're hitting in rages on like the normal mode. I see that on heroic, but
yeah, I'm not trying to push heroic. I'm not even trying to push like we did a plus 14 mythic and it was awesome, but I don't usually do really hard content. This is just literally half our DPS was like actually just bad by any standard. This isn't just, oh, you're not pulling huge numbers. This is just like you're not pulling your weight at all. So I don't know. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I was like, hey, I understand we'll gear them and stuff, but if we want to clear this, we need to kind of rearrange.
Yeah.
Because people were getting frustrated. And I just wanted to I was like, here's my 2 cents. I don't want everybody to get mad that we're wiping.
Did everybody know the fights and stuff? Like, have they done LFR?
I mean, people were dying to like mechanics because
So they didn't know the fights even, probably.
Not really. No, but that wasn't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem was just that the damage wasn't enough to clear this one really hard fight. But we've one-shot everything up until there, so... You know, it's been going well up until Coven is the boss. So I hope we down it. If not, you know, I'll just go in next week and get my gear, whatever, 8 bosses.
I'm just gonna tank through what's it fucking called, the next expansion, Battle for Azeroth, and then not have to worry about numbers at all.
Yeah, do it, dude. I mean,
why don't tanks have to worry about numbers?
They just hold threat. And
yeah, I mean, you do to a degree, but not anywhere near what DPS or healing has to.
Are you gonna tank on your Death Knight?
If I'm going to tank, I'm going to play my Demon Hunter. If I DPS, I'll play my Death Knight. If I heal, I'm going to play my Druid. It just depends on what I decide to do.
Paladin probably is going to be for
like a side show
of just them talking about WoW.
We
probably could, dude.
And all of our WoW fan base would just.
We'll split the community.
The like 0.25 people.
Create another show on the channel where we just sit and talk about WoW for an hour once a week.
The powwow. I also like we did everything we did. It's kind of short. I just want to talk about you guys got any upcoming games you want to talk about? David, you're not allowed to talk about
Monster Hunter
You're not allowed
World.
to talk about Monster Hunter.
Why?
You want to play it?
I'm actually really excited for that too.
If you say one thing about, we know you like it. All right, I like it.
You're
too.
playing like the 6th beta, dude. Like I don't get it.
Monster Hunter World.
Beta.
Monster Hunter World.
Like you're like buying fucking Wheaties boxes to get beta codes, dude. Like calm the fuck down. Man.
Dude, the fucking Nair Gigante is in the new beta. We fight a
What
big
is
monster.
that? I don't.
It's
care.
an Elder Dragon.
Racist. What he said.
I really did too.
It does sound vaguely racist.
Why did you just say Elder Dragon? I would have known what you meant.
Nair Gigante. And it's got big spikies all over it. It's in the Wildspire Wastes, and it's
got a little
much
beard.
harder. It's much harder than everything else we fought, and you also only have 15 minutes, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
15 minutes? I don't think so, honey.
I really want to do that with our group. But the game is going to be incredible. I won't talk about it anymore. Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, that game looks
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Really excited for that as well. It's the
Fighters
same day. It's Fighters, I think.
Are we
Is
just
it
talking
Fighter
about
Z?
January or it's Fighter?
January, February, March kind of area.
Kingdom
What else
Come
is coming
Deliverance.
out?
Nino Kuni 2.
Deliverance. What
Oh,
is
yeah.
that, Drew?
I don't know.
All right, cool.
No,
You guys want to make
Well,
predictions
it's a
on
game
how
on-
many Persona cosplays we see at this con we're about to go to?
A lot.
Oh yeah, the con.
It's gonna be
Fuck.
all Persona near fucking what's another big one?
Oh, god damn it.
You want how much you want to bet?
I haven't been watching a lot of anime, so I don't know what's like hot right now in anime.
My Hero Academia.
My Hero
maybe.
Academia.
Yeah,
I bet there's a
I'm
ton of
in
that.
season 2 of that.
Probably some Yuri on Ice.
Dubs. I'm in season 2.
Is it
I
good?
wish I had money because I
What are you watching, Drew?
My Hero Academia.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Fucking
When I'm
good.
done with that, David, I'm
Season
gonna
3
watch
is
Hunter
here.
X Cross Hunter. or whatever
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna
You.
watch
I
it.
think you will like that. I appreciate you putting in the effort.
Yeah, and then we compare the two, and then I'm gonna side.
All right,
on
we're
one
not
game.
talking about fucking anime. All
Then
right,
we
I'm
could
gonna,
have another podcast.
I'm gonna start talking about the good place. You guys don't shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Okay?
another podcast.
I mean, you've been plugging that this whole episode.
That's like, yeah, I've been doing it subtle. You guys are having a full-on discussion about these fucking
Metal Gear Survive comes out.
nerd shit. Do we care about Metal Gear Survive?
Dude, what if that gets a battle royale mode?
I'm fucking wanted to so bad. I would totally
I think
play
that
it.
What if
would
that game
be
ends up being
awesome.
great
I
and
think
Death
it
Stranding
hope it
sucks
is,
dick?
dude.
Good.
I think it's going to be above an 80. I think people are going to be mad that it's good, but I think it'll end up.
I wanted to
selling
have a
pretty
dude.
well.
Imagine it had a battle royale mode, and like instead, and like you fucking when you kill somebody, their stuff doesn't drop. You have to like Fulton them, and then they're
Oh.
fucking, oh my god, it would be so good. And you can fucking
Yeah.
ride B-horse around and shit like that. Yeah.
That game, oh fuck! Just take the game, take the gameplay and just put it into something else.
It'd be so good, yeah.
It's great. I'm hyped because like that game can't play like shit. Like the gameplay is going to be good regardless.
Yeah, I'm really excited to jump into Owlboy. It comes out on Switch
Oh, yeah.
in like a month.
Oh really?
I'm really hyped.
When does Hollow Knight come out on Switch?
It's Q1 right now. I bet we hear about that.
Fuck.
I bet that gets like a sizzle real release date announcement kind of thing at the.
That'd be good.
At the Nintendo.
Super hyped to play that again. I got my little tag for my plushie right here.
Thing or something like that, maybe. But yeah, Owlboy is what I'm
Owlboy?
looking forward to.
War Groove.
What's War Groove? Okay, cool.
No. it's like a Fire Emblem game, but it's with the tanks and shit. They already got one on there called Tiny
Tanks
Metal.
and shit.
Tiny Metal.
What about War of Tanks?
Oh, yeah,
World of
Tiny-
Tanks.
Tiny
War of
Metal.
Tanks or World of Tanks?
World of Tanks. We can get Cody on an episode. to
Not
talk
those
about
kind
that.
of
Does he
games.
really play that game?
He plays
Video
I
games,
see him
not
on
the
there. He's
Olympic
like he's
games.
either playing Metal Gear, The Witcher, or World of Tanks. Like
He's always
or
playing that one
Galgun
anime,
2 or something.
the
like
anime
that.
titty game, the Hazagura.
Senran
Cody-
Kagura.
Oh,
Yeah,
stop.
Cody
Stop
has a
talking
Switch?
about this fucking
No, on
game.
PSN.
No, he said something.
Oh.
About World of Tanks, and like no joke, Cody was playing it like 3 days ago. That's
Cody loves like he used to love Advanced. Oh fuck,
He just
Advanced
likes tanks,
Wars.
dude. He's a big tank guy.
He
He's
plays
super into
Civ a
Advanced
lot
Wars.
too, doesn't he?
Hope he's excited.
Really into those strategy games.
Yeah. Aaron, try any games you're super excited for coming out soon?
Metro Prime 4 if it comes out in 2018.
Like I'm saying,
That's
like
like
games
in the
that are coming out,
foreseeable
like, in the,
future.
like in the like February or something like that.
oh
Bayonetta 1 and 2, even though I've already played them.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped.
Oh, yeah.
Play that again, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited for that.
Definitely.
Low key, like Platinum is one of my favorite developers. Like up there with like as much as like
I
as
say
annoying
that
as it might.
too, but then like you get
Big
into
fan
like
of that
all their
Turtle
shitty
Kid?
games. Yeah.
I mean, that's like Bioware is one of my favorite developers, and they've done some fucked up shit.
Naughty Dog's one of
Like-
my favorite developers. They don't have any bad games.
You said
Yeah,
way
I mean
too
Naughty
much.
Dog's up there too, but like I love most BioWare games. I don't want to say most. I love a lot of BioWare games. I don't think I've played a Platinum game I didn't like.
Did you ever play Neverwinter Nights?
No, I didn't.
Those are supposed to be great. I haven't played them. They're on Steam though.
Still keep an eye out on
Way
Far
Out.
Cry 5.
The Way Out looks cool. When does that come out? March?
Not until March, yeah.
If that game flops, I'm gonna just. feel
Fucking
something.
Detroit Become Human. I'm super excited for that, but I don't know when that's coming out.
Red Dead.
Yeah,
Red Dead. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Whenever that
When
comes.
Red Dead's gonna be like a
When
drop
we were
everything
talking
game.
about this, Red Dead
Yeah.
2. David, you brought this up when we were playing Fortnite. Red Dead 2 having a battle royale.
Battle
It
Royale.
will.
That would be awesome.
Oh, 100%,
It would be
yeah.
fun.
I think it'd be really good for it.
Yeah, it'd be.
That's one of the ones we talked about in the episode where we were talking about like what games would you want to see with the battle royale mode.
Mhm.
Red Dead was like the one that we all agreed would be.
Yeah. I guess that's our show. I don't know. Not a lot going on. It's still early in the year, so not a lot of
Yeah.
things happening. Not a lot of.
Not yet.
Not a lot of.
Next
What,
week,
Shane? Were you gonna say
talk
something?
about Nintendo.
What?
What?
were you gonna say, Shane? Shane,
Talk
you
about-
have
Say
something to
something.
say. You're foaming and you're chomping at the bit.
Never
All I
mind.
said is that's okay.
Oh, I thought you said okay. Like we cut you off.
No.
I didn't. I
Okay.
misunderstood.
Talk about what's his name? Fucking Logan Paul being a piece of shit.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's have the Logan Paul hour.
Is that our
Logan Paul
fucking?
sucks.
Here's my hot take on Logan
Both
Paul.
of the.
It's
the-
just a platform for all the other YouTubers to bitch and moan about YouTube. Like that is the whole fucking move. It's not even about Logan Paul being a piece of shit because he is. It's all the other YouTubers being like, and YouTube is this. And I'm like, yeah,
I
but
mean, YouTube
Yeah, well,
sucks.
YouTube sucks.
They
I mean, I
do,
don't see why
but
that's a bad thing. Like there needed to be some kind of spark for them to
kind of
like.
seems like it downplays the fact that he
He's
should
a
have did
piece-
potty
I mean,
on his fucking
He's a
video.
piece of shit. Yes.
I don't think anybody is
Those
downplaying
fucking
what he
mother-
did though
those-
at all.
It kind of puts that second fiddle to
I mean, he
There's
still gets
problems.
30
I understand what
views.
you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But
it's a little disingenuous is the word.
I don't know if it's disingenuous. It is disingenuous when a bunch of fucking YouTubers who have all been Logan Paul fans or Jake Paul fans fucking just come out of the woodwork and I'm like, man, this is too far, man. Fucking like Casey Neistat and shit. Shut the fuck up. You were sitting here big up in the Paul family for years, man. Suck a dick.
Dude, when
I have
this-
a big beef with Casey Neistat. I don't like the way that motherfucker looks.
No,
I don't know. Who
I
you're
don't like how
talking about.
any of them look.
I know the name, but I don't know
What the
who he
fuck,
is
dude?
really.
When you just
Coming at Casey
No, you
Neistat.
just done a bunch of research. Like when I text you, I was like, you know who Logan Paul is? You're like, I haven't heard of him, but I don't. I was like, oh, I said,
I know
search
who
him on-
Logan Paul is.
You said you didn't know it.
I know.
Dude,
I was watching the fucking diss rap track.
Fine
Shit
star,
like that.
dude.
I've been watching fucking Rice Gum diss songs since June.
The only
Man,
reason you
motherfucker,
listen
don't
to that
come at
Jake
me.
Paul tracks because Gucci Mane on it.
Yeah, he got Gucci Man.
He did. Probably not anymore. Gucci supporting the Paul brothers, and now he's like, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, fucked up. Yeah, no, don't be a fan of Logan Paul.
Easy
I
peasy.
should have made that your fucking intro, but the Trump thing happened this morning, so like I wanted to say
Yeah.
that, but I should have said David Morgan, low gang for life. Or something.
No.
That's fucking hilarious.
No.
Fucking Maverick, dude.
So Aaron knows.
How did you put a GIF in here?
What?
I did that.
Oh,
How
that's
did you- I don't know how you put a GIF in the Google Doc.
What is this
You
from?
just add an image.
What is this?
That's
What
from
cartoon is this from?
SpongeBob, my dude.
Oh yeah, this is from the future episode.
Yeah, Squidward is in
Yeah.
that big
Choose one
empty
best episode
space.
of SpongeBob.
That episode
Bubble
literally
Bowl.
gave me an existential crisis
Bubble
as
Bowl's
a
really
child.
good. Best
Bubble Bowl's the
episode of
only
SpongeBob.
correct answer.
Anybody?
What?
Anybody else?
What's the best episode of SpongeBob?
I don't know.
The fucking. This might be the Bubble Bowl. I don't know these titles. The musical one where he was singing, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's one.
that one.
That's
Chocolate's
the
my
consensus.
favorite.
That's a good one.
I like the joke where Squidward is claustrophobic and then Patrick goes, ho, ho, ho. I love that.
It's very funny. Also, the one where what the fuck, the Mr. Schmitty Van Jagerman Jensen, that one's good too.
Yeah, he was
Jesus
number
Christ.
one.
What a name.
I don't know. That's his name. I think, isn't
That's
it?
I think that's
basically his
right.
name, yeah.
That's right.
Sure, whatever.
Hey, that's another one of my favorites.
What's
But
it-
this has been the Current Gaming Podcast. We've been derailed at the end.
What's
We're
it
trying to fill out time.
No, we're not.
What?
What?
Drew, where can everybody find you? I'm Charles Tidda on social media. You can find me there. Where can everybody find you?
Trophy Pops.
At Trophy Pops.
Everything.
Cheyenne, what about you?
Poop flowers.
Aaron?
Aaron M. Weeks.
I've been missing you on Twitter, man. You gotta start tweeting again.
Yeah, I know.
We're doing it like once every 4 days.
I was trying to do like one a day, and that was like way too much for someone who doesn't use social media at all. So I was like, fuck this. So I dropped down to probably like 3 a week, and then that turned into none ever.
I've been getting back into Instagram and trying. I just really copy paste my Snapchat.
Yeah, I always forget Instagram
I
exists.
copy paste my Snapchats in there, but yeah.
See, like Instagram, I don't even get on Facebook anymore. Instagram and Twitter are both just like poop apps for me.
But where are you gonna play Bayonetta when that comes out?
Huh?
When you poop?
How is that related?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Because the Nintendo Switch can be undocked and then used.
I can fucking pause that and set it down to pull out my phone.
What a
No, I'm
fucking
saying,
convoluted.
you gotta allocate
That was
your poop
such a weird segue.
You gotta allocate
Am I trying to play Bayonetta on my phone?
No, on your Switch. David, where can everybody find you?
My guy Dave on Twitter.
Find you alone, fucking playing Rainbow Six.
That's it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, on Steam, playing games with.
Alright.
Oh.
This has been the Current Game Podcast, and peace.